Most people think consistency comes from motivation. That's not true. Motivation is unpredictable. Consistency is not. If consistency depended on motivation, nothing would ever last. People who stay consistent don't feel motivated all the time. They just have systems that make showing up easier. Today, I want to show you how to build consistency without relying on motivation or forcing yourself every day, because forcing doesn't last. Consistency is not about doing more. It's about doing the same small things even when you don't feel like it. Most people fail at consistency because they aim too high. They try to change everything at once. They start strong, do too much, get tired, and stop. That's not a discipline problem, it's a design problem. Consistency breaks when the system is too heavy. So the first system is reducing the size of the commitment. You don't ask, how can I do this perfectly? You ask, how can I do this even on a bad day? That question changes everything. If the habit only works when you feel good, it's not a real habit. A real habit works when energy is low and motivation is gone. So you make the action smaller, not easier in theory, easier in real life. Instead of saying, I'll work for an hour, you say, I'll work for 10 minutes. Instead of saying, I'll do everything, you say, I'll do the minimum that keeps the habit alive. Consistency grows when the action feels light. Now let's talk about the second system. Consistency depends on identity, not emotion. If you decide every day whether you'll show up, you'll keep negotiating with yourself. Negotiation kills consistency. There's something important most people don't talk about when it comes to consistency. Consistency is not built on good days. It's built on ordinary days. The days where nothing feels special. The days where you're tired, distracted, or slightly unmotivated. Those days are the real test. Anyone can be consistent when energy is high. What matters is what you do when energy is low. This is why consistency should feel almost boring. If a system requires excitement, it won't last. Boring systems survive, because boring means predictable, and predictable means sustainable. Another mistake people make is thinking consistency means never breaking the chain. That mindset creates pressure, and pressure eventually breaks consistency. Real consistency is flexible. It bends without breaking. You show up in a smaller way when needed. You lower the intensity, but you keep the rhythm. That rhythm is what matters. Even showing up for 2 minutes keeps the identity alive. It tells your brain, this is still part of who I am. And that message is powerful. Consistency is not about streaks. It's about trust. Trust that you'll come back even after a miss. This is why recovery is more important than perfection. One missed day doesn't matter. What matters is returning without drama. No guilt, no punishment, no restarting from zero. You simply continue. This mindset removes pressure and keeps the system intact. Over time, consistency stops feeling like effort. It becomes part of your day the same way brushing your teeth does. You don't debate it. You don't motivate yourself. You just do it. That's when consistency becomes real. Not because you're pushing, but because the system no longer depends on how you feel. Consistent people don't ask themselves if they feel like doing the habit. They already decided who they are. They think, this is just what I do. That doesn't mean they enjoy it every time. It means the decision was made once, not every day. You don't decide to brush your teeth based on motivation. You do it because it's part of who you are. Consistency works the same way. You reduce daily decisions. You remove the question. Now let's move to the third system. Consistency needs a stable trigger. Habits don't survive in random time slots. They survive when they're attached to something that already happens. This is why routines matter. You don't say, "I'll do this sometime today." You say, "I'll do this after that. After I make my coffee, after I open my laptop, after I finish lunch." The action borrows stability from something that's already consistent. This removes uncertainty, and uncertainty is the enemy of consistency. Another important part of consistency is forgiving missed days. Most people quit after one bad day. They miss once, feel guilty, and stop completely. Consistent people think differently. They expect misses. They don't panic. They don't turn one miss into a reason to quit. They follow one simple rule: never miss twice. One missed day is normal. 2 missed days is the start of a pattern. So, instead of aiming for perfection, you aim for recovery. That's how consistency survives real life. Now let's talk about pace. Consistency is not intensity. Doing a lot for a short time feels productive, but it's fragile. Doing a little for a long time feels boring, but it works. Consistency grows when your pace is sustainable. If your system exhausts you, it won't last. The goal is not to push harder. The goal is to make showing up feel normal. When something feels normal, you stop thinking about it. And when you stop thinking about it, you stop resisting it. Let's recap everything. If you want consistency without motivation, you need systems, not pressure. Make the action small enough to do on bad days. Decide who you are so you don't negotiate daily. Attach habits to stable moments in your day. And forgive missed days without quitting. That's it. No hype, no forcing, no motivation speeches. Just systems that help you keep going. You don't need more motivation. You need a system that works on ordinary days. Thanks for watching. More practical guides coming soon.